David Bowie was a masterful musician, a pioneer of sexual liberation, and a game changer in the world of pop culture. We lost the iconic performer after a closely guarded 18-month battle with cancer. But this fiercely forward-thinking artist left a lasting message behind for his fans. Here's ABC's David Wright.
David Bowie didn't turn his battle with cancer into a tabloid story, didn't even tell his fans he was sick. Instead, from his deathbed, he turned it into art.
Look up here, I'm in heaven.
This song, Lazarus, released 4 days ago.
I've got scars that can't be seen.
Those buttons there, a memento mori.
I've got drama, can't be stolen.
A reminder of death.
Everybody knows me now.
For a man about to die, this is a mastery of mortality. The deathbed is a piece of performance art. The whole thing very Bowie. This is why people loved it.
He knew the end was coming, and it was sort of like a parting gift to fans in a way of saying, it's okay. You know, I'm making art out of my death.
Today in LA, New York, London, and Berlin, Bowie fans were in shock, paying tribute and grieving. The pop star from another planet has gone back to the mothership. He was born David Jones and took the stage name Bowie because Davy Jones of the Monkees got there first. A rebel long before he was famous. Here he is, age 17, a schoolboy champion for the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Long-Haired Men.
Now, exactly who's being cruel to you?
Well, I think we're all fairly tolerant, but for the last 2 years we've had comments like darling and can I carry a handbag thrown at us. I think it's just had to stop now.
He was a struggling artist for years, a bit of a misfit. His first big hit was inspired by the space program.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is Major Tom to ground control.
Space Oddity, released in 1969, just a few weeks before the moon landing. On the BBC's coverage of Apollo 11, the images were Neil Armstrong, but the soundtrack was Major Tom. One small step for Bowie. His giant leap would actually come later when he borrowed a concept from Andy Warhol in pop art, the rock star as a performance piece, a fictional character, blurring reality and fantasy, male and female. Those costumes inspired by Stanley Kubrick's movie Clockwork Orange. That otherworldly, androgynous look, positioning Bowie as the outsider, the freak triumphant, the nonconformist who's quit worrying about fitting in, a huge part of his appeal to people. American viewers had their first chance to hear Bowie speak at length on ABC, talking to Dick Cavett in 1974.
What do your parents do for a living?
Well, my father's dead and my mother has a small flat. And I think she's got a day job.
Does she have trouble explaining you to the neighbors who say, are you any relation to that?
I think she pretends I'm not hers.
Bowie collaborated with John Lennon, as Lennon himself described to the BBC.
It was no big deal. We just sort of, oh, boom, 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 you know, like that.
The song was Fame. Bowie classic. He wrote Under Pressure with Freddie Mercury, Queen. And in a more unlikely duet for Bowie, sang a Christmas song with Bing Crosby.
Our finest gifts we bring,
To a new generation, Bowie is every bit as iconic as Bing was in his day.
It wasn't just his music, it was the way he packaged himself, it was his style.
His androgyny and his ambiguous sexuality were mind-blowing in that era.
In England in 1972, which is when he came out as bisexual, although he said he was gay, it had just been legalized 5 years earlier. It was an enormously controversial thing to say.
His sublime decadence even beckoned across the Berlin Wall.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Days before Ronald Reagan's famous speech there in 1987, David Bowie performed outside the Reichstag in West Berlin. Today, the German foreign minister credited Bowie with helping to bring down the wall. He was an actor, too, a vampire before vampire movies were a thing in The Hunger. He was the man who fell to earth.
I'm British, I have a passport.
He even did a cameo
I believe I might be of service.
as himself in Zoolander. Most of all, Bowie will be remembered as the father of glam rock, a performer whose artistic DNA you can trace down through Kiss, through Kanye, all the way to Lady Gaga. Today, Madonna posted, "David Bowie changed the course of my life forever." Mick Jagger tweeted this picture, calling Bowie an inspiration and a true original. Now gone and sorely missed, but like Lazarus, yet shall he live. I'm David Wright for Nightline in New York.
A true artist who will certainly be missed, but not forgotten.